my dear friends. So we now start with a new chapter. The title you can already see on this board, and that is solid state. So to begin with, what do you mean by a solid? You must have heard about this before as well. Yes, solid is that state of matter. It's a state of matter, right? The three important states of matter are nothing but what? Solid, liquid, as well as gas. So solid is that state of matter where the force of attraction is going to be highest. Okay, then it is followed by liquid, and then it is followed by gas. But here in case of solid, the force of attraction is going to be the highest. Okay, that is point number one. Point number two is that it has definite shape and volume. It has got what? Definite shape as well as volume. Fixed shape and the fixed volume. Next, and that is, when you talk about its constituent particles, constituent का मतलब क्या होता है दोस्तों? जिसका वो बना हुआ है वो, ओके, उसे हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट. तो जब हम सॉलिड के कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट के बारे में बात करते हैं, when we talk about the possibility of the constituent particles are constituent particles can be bifurcated into number one, and that is they can be atoms, they can be ions, and they can be molecules. Okay, ये तीन हो सकते हैं. Okay, the solid is being made up of atoms, ions, as well as molecules. You know the difference very well, my dear friends. Atoms means they are single species neutral. Ions, charges. It can be either positively charged or negatively charged. And when you talk about molecules, it can be either the combination of atoms or the combination of ions. And that will be called as what? Molecules. And when you talk about atoms, ions, and molecules as a whole, in general, we are going to now call as particles in this particular chapter. Okay, we are going to use which word? Particles. Alright, so this becomes the introduction part. As the name suggests, it's a solid state. So it's a state of a matter where the solids have the highest force of attraction. They got a definite shape as well as a definite volume, and it's fixed shape and the fixed volume. They are being made up of atoms, ions, and molecules, and together they are being called as what? Particles. Now we go into the classification of solids. Okay, what is the basis of classification of solids? So the basis of classification of solids, my dear friends, is related to arrangement. So on that basis, okay, when we talk about with respect to the arrangement of the particles, the solids are classified into two major categories. So when we talk about solids, we talk about arrangement of particles. I hope you understand very well now what I mean by arrangement of particles. Yes, it's all about atoms, ions, as well as molecules. So the solids on the basis of arrangement of particles are being classified into two categories. And those two categories are, the first one is called as crystalline and the other one is called as amorphous. Okay, what are they called as? Crystalline as well as amorphous on the basis of arrangement of particles. Okay, now crystalline solids क्या होता है, amorphous solids क्या होता है, वो एक एक करके हम लोग उसकी पढ़ाई करेंगे. लेकिन this is the general. Okay, this is based on arrangement of particles. The solids are classified into two main categories, and that is crystalline solid as well as amorphous solid. तो ये बन गया दोस्तों the introduction of this particular chapter, that what exactly this chapter is going to deal with. I hope you have understood up to this very well. Okay, my dear friends, now what we do is, once we know that on the basis of arrangement of the particles, the solids are categorized into two parts. One is crystalline, the other one is amorphous. Now, what are crystalline solids? What are amorphous solids? They will be considered now. So we begin with the first one, and that is crystalline solids. So when you talk about a crystalline solid, the very first point that you need to remember, and that is with respect to arrangement. So that arrangement is regular. Okay, the arrangement is what? Regular, or we call it as a periodic arrangement. The arrangement has a regularity. So that means suppose if the particles are arranged in the form of a layer, so we have a fixed number of atoms in every layer. Or if we can say if there is a pattern, then a regular pattern is followed. यानी समझो, for example मैं देता हूँ कि अगर first layer है, then there are 4 particles. Second layer, which is on the top of the first layer, there are say suppose 3 particles. Okay, then suppose there are 2 particles. Then once again 4, 3, 2. Okay, that way. Okay, or else we can also say that the number of atoms in every layer is going to be same. So that is called as regularity or periodicity. Okay, उसका मतलब ये नहीं होता कि हमेशा every layer consists of same number of particles. ऐसा नहीं. But a particular pattern is followed. Okay, regularly, periodically. That is what we talk about crystalline solids. तो जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, फर्स्ट लेयर में 4 एटम्स है, सेकंड लेयर में 3 एटम्स है, थर्ड लेयर में 2 एटम्स है, फिर वापस 4, 3, 2 ऐसा. तो in that way what we can say is we are able to predict कि नेक्स्ट लेयर में कितने एटम्स होंगे, क्योंकि पीरियोडिसिटी है, क्योंकि रेगुलरिटी है. तो इस अरेंजमेंट को हम लोग बोलेंगे कि इज अ पार्ट ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड. ओके, नेक्स्ट थिंग इज व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द बॉन्डिंग पार्ट. बॉन्डिंग इज कंसीडर्ड टू बी व्हाट? यूनिफॉर्म. अब यूनिफॉर्म बॉन्डिंग होने की वजह से इफ यू आर गोइंग टू गिव एनर्जी, alright, because there is a periodic pattern which is taking place, so as a result of which what will happen is the entire atom or the particles, I will say in general, is going to melt at one single temperature. एक single temperature पे पूरा का पूरा solid melt होगा, and that is being called as sharp melting point. The second point is sharp melting point. Okay, यानी we say that it is going to melt at a single temperature. The entire solid is going to melt at a single temperature. This is called as what? Sharp melting point. Okay. Third point is the properties that are being possessed by these. That means, let me tell you, say refractive index. Then we talk about conductivity. The conductivity can be with respect to thermal, or it can be with respect to electrical. So these properties have values which are different in different directions. Okay, these are generally 3-dimensional. So if we change the dimension, if we change the direction, then the values of these properties will change. यानी दूसरे शब्दों में हम ऐसा बोलेंगे कि the values of these are going to be dependent on what directions. If the direction is going to change, the value will also change. Alright, and therefore we call this as anisotropy. Isotropy का मतलब क्या होता है? Same value in all the directions. Okay, that is called as isotropy. लेकिन यहाँ पे in different directions the values are different, and therefore we call it as what? Anisotropy. Okay, so these are the important points. Examples आपको चाहिए? I'll give you the examples as well. The examples are ice. Okay, next is NaCl. Next is we have metals like sodium, gold, copper. Then we got materials such as diamond. They all come under crystalline solids. Alright, so this is what crystalline solid is all about. So we'll just quickly go through it. Number 1 point is there are the arrangement of the particles. Particles आप जानते हो, it's all about atoms, ions as well as molecules. They're going to be periodic or regular. Okay, so there is a regular pattern which is going to be followed, and as a result of which we are in a position to predict the number of atoms which are present in the particular layer. दूसरा पॉइंट है कि the bonding is considered to be uniform and therefore at one particular temperature the entire solid is going to melt, and this is called as what? Yes, nothing but sharp melting point. तीसरा, there are properties, physical properties. We can talk about refractive index, conductivity in terms of thermal, electrical, etc. The values of this is going to go unchanging if we change the directions, and that means the values are dependent totally on what? Directions, and that is what is called as an isotropy. Okay, and the examples of crystalline solids, you can check it out over here. It's all about ice, gold, copper, NaCl, okay, graphite, diamond, and so on. Okay, so these are the examples where we talk about these are all crystalline solids. Okay, so I guess you have understood the properties of crystalline solids. Now once you understand the crystalline solids, then you need to understand amorphous solid. Okay, बहुत सिंपल है दोस्तों. Okay, केमिस्ट्री की पढ़ाई करने का एक तरीका होता है और वो ये है कि एक कंसेप्ट पढ़ो और उसको रिलेट करो विद द सेकंड कंसेप्ट. Then see, it becomes so very easy. And if it becomes easy, so obviously it is interesting also. Most of the time you feel that the subject is boring because it doesn't go into your head. अपने दिमाग में नहीं जा रहा, इसलिए नहीं अभी नहीं पढ़ना, मन नहीं है. तो ऐसा नहीं. Okay, you try to understand, you learn chemistry. Okay, there is a tactic over here. तो एक बार आपको क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड अच्छे तरीके से समझ में आ गया, the amorphous solid becomes very easy for you, and you will try to experience yourself. Okay, क्योंकि मैं दोनों आपको बाजू-बाजू में पढ़ा रहा हूँ, तो आपको जल्दी से समझेगा वो कैसे रिलेट करने का उसको. यानी एक पढ़ो, दूसरा फ्री, एक के ऊपर एक फ्री ऑफर. ओके, सो शुरू करते हैं अभी हम लोग amorphous solids. Okay, we go into amorphous solid. So the first one is, पहला पॉइंट है arrangement. So the arrangement is random. Opposite of regularity is what? Random. यहाँ भी जैसे मैंने बोला था कि एक फिक्स पैटर्न फॉलो किया जाता है as far as the arrangement of the particles are concerned. There is no fixed pattern over here. The particles can be arranged in any way. Alright, so that means it is what? Random. Point number two. Because the particles are arranged in any way, so obviously the bonding strength will also differ. At some particular place where the number of particles are more, so there the bonding will be more. Okay, in the other case the bonding will be less. So there is non-uniformity. Okay, and if there are non-uniformity, obviously at one single temperature, will the entire solid melt? No ways. Okay, so what do we say over here? As far as the melting point is concerned, okay, they have got a range of temperature. Okay, we can say it is a range of temperature. Yani, in other words, we say that the solid gradually gets converted into liquid. समझ में आपको? Melting point is a range of temperature. मतलब इस temperature से इस temperature तक. यहाँ पे क्या था? Fixed था. Okay, it was at a single temperature. See this, the melting point is के 95 degrees Celsius, के 100 degrees Celsius, के 120 degrees Celsius. It was fixed, one single value. लेकिन यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है. It's a range of temperature. इसका मतलब it can be, we can say it is like 85 to 90. यानी from 85 degrees it starts melting and up to 90 degrees the entire solid melts. इसलिए तो मैंने यहाँ पे word use किया दोस्तों. What is that word is? Gradually. धीरे धीरे. यहाँ पे क्या सडनली हो रहा है? At single temperature. अगर आपने देखा वो सॉलिड है तुरंत ही नेक्स्ट पॉइंट में ओके पूरा का पूरा सॉलिड लिक्विड में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. सो इट्स अ सडन चेंज ओके फ्रॉम अ सॉलिड टू लिक्विड. लेकिन यहाँ पे धीरे धीरे हो रहा है. ओके एक सॉलिड लिक्विड में परिवर्तित हो रहा है. ओके सो दैट इज पॉइंट नंबर 2. पॉइंट नंबर 3 इज the properties are going to be same in all directions. Directions कोई भी होने दो, it is going to be what? Same. And therefore we say they are independent of the directions. यहाँ पर मैंने क्या बोला था? It is dependent. Okay, it all depends upon the direction. If I change the direction, the values will change. यहाँ पर even if I change the directions, the value is going to remain the same. And that is what we call it as what? Isotropy. Okay, we call it as what? Isotropy. And the substance is said to be isotropic. Okay, this is anisotropy and this is isotropy. All right. The next point is, the most important is, and that is we are going to give the examples. Okay. Examples में हम क्या consider करेंगे? Glass. Okay. Rubber. Plastic. Okay, these all come under which category? Yes, amorphous solid. It comes into this category. Okay, up. I'll once again recap my statements. As I told you before, जब मैंने crystalline solid मैंने explain किया था, and before I started explaining you the amorphous solid, what did I say? Do you correct? If you understand the first concept, you can easily relate with the second one. सिर्फ ये आपको याद रहना चाहिए, अपना आप उस हिसाब से आप घुमा सकते हो. देखो यहाँ पे अरेंजमेंट इज रेगुलर पीरियोडिक, यहाँ पर क्या हो गया? रैंडम. Sharp melting point, that is at one particular temperature, the entire solid melts. It is at over a range of temperature. Okay, and that means this is going to solid is gradually getting converted into a liquid state. Okay, next is properties के बारे में बात करते हैं. The properties are totally dependent on directions, and therefore we say it is going to show which phenomena? Anisotropy, and therefore the substance is going to be called as what? Anisotropic. लेकिन यहाँ पर direction कोई मायने नहीं रखता. That's why I use the word independent. Alright, so that means if I change the direction also, the value remains the same. Okay, and that is called as what? Isotropy, and the amorphous solids are called as isotropic. और examples मैंने आपको बताया था, यहाँ पे ढेर सारे example दिए थे मैंने आपको. Ice, NaCl, sodium, copper, gold, diamond, graphite, etc. यहाँ पर glass, rubber, plastics, they are all going to be considered as what? Amorphous substances. So you can now compare it very well. Okay, ताकि आपको यकीन होगा कि मैंने जो बोला था वो सच बोला था. अगर ये याद है, इसका उल्टा कर दो, आपको क्या मिलेगा? amorphous solid. Opposites कर दो. Regular का opposite is random. Sharp melting point का opposite is range. Okay, and isotropic का opposite is what? Isotropy. That's it. So crystalline से हमें कौन सा मिल जाएगा? Amorphous solid. You got it, everyone? Oh yes. We move on to the next topic, and that is all about isomorphous and polymorphous. Okay, we have isomorphous and polymorphous. Once again, both of these are related with each other. So we try to understand, first of all, what is isomorphous. Isomorphous, when we talk about, what we say is there are two or more different substances having the same crystal structure. Two or more different substances having the same crystal structure is said to be what? Isomorphous. Next thing is the chemical composition. That means what are the elements that they are being made up of. So in that case, the elements are being present in the same ratio. Okay, they are present in the same ratio. I'll give you an example. Example number one is NaF and MgO, magnesium oxide. So if you can see the proportion of the elements, sodium fluorine, the proportion is what? 1:1. Magnesium oxygen, the proportion is what? 1:1. Similarly, I'll give you another example also, and that is NaNO3 and CaCO3. So here also you can see that the proportion is going to be the same, 1:2, 1:3. Ca is 1, carbon is 1, oxygen is 3. So 1:2, 1:3. So the chemical composition is going to be what? Same. Alright, so that is what we consider under isomorphous. So point number one is two or more different substances. Okay, sodium fluoride, magnesium oxide, different substance. sodium nitrate, calcium carbonate, different substance, but they have the same crystal structure. Okay, then we call it as what? Isomorphous. And as I said, the chemical composition, when you consider the proportion of the elements present, so they will be what? Same. And they are called as isomorphous, and this is the phenomenon, and we call it as sodium fluoride and magnesium oxide are isomorphic to each other. Okay, so that is the first category. When you consider the next category, and that is polymorphous. So when you talk about polymorphous, what it means is it's a single substance but existing in two or more different crystalline forms. Okay, the substance is the same, but it exists in what? Two or more different forms. I give you an example also. Let us take an example of, say, silica. Silica is nothing but it is alpha quartz, beta quartz. Okay, it is containing silica. The substance is the same, but then the crystal structure is going to be what? Different. Okay, we have similarly calcium carbonate in the form of calcite. Okay, it is calcite. Aragonite. They do contain calcium carbonate, but their crystal structures are different. Now this is about when I talk about a substance, alright, because the substance is made up of various elements. Silica is SiO2, calcium carbonate, the chemical composition you know, CaCO3. But if I talk about this concept of polymorphism with respect to a single element, with respect to what? A single element, then we call it as allotropy. ओके हम क्या वर्ड देते हैं उसको? एलोट्रॉपी. जब एक एलिमेंट, सिंगल एलिमेंट, ये एक सब्सटेंस है जिसमें एक से ज्यादा एलिमेंट्स मौजूद है, लेकिन जब एक एलिमेंट अलग अलग रूप में एग्जिस्ट करता है, देन वी कॉल इट एज व्हाट? एलोट्रॉपी. आई गिव द बेस्ट एग्जांपल, ओके, एंड दैट इज कार्बन. एक सिंगल एलिमेंट है और उसका जो अलग अलग एलोट्रॉपिक फॉर्म्स है या पॉलीमॉर्फिक फॉर्म्स है, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी ग्रेफाइट. नेक्स्ट इज डायमंड. Next is fullerenes, C60, C70, okay, all these categories comes into this, that is called as fullerenes, having very high industrial applications because they behave as superconductors. तो ये सब क्या करते हैं? कार्बन के ही पार्ट है, लेकिन उनका structures are different, okay, and they come under what? Allotropy. So I hope you understood the difference very well now. So basically when we use the word polymorphous, so यहाँ पर we talk about a substance which is made up of the various elements, and if the same concept is being considered with a single element, then we give a specific word, and that is allotropy. Okay, that is the only difference. So I hope now these two, both of them are side by side, so you understand this very well. One is called as isomorphous. That means we talk about two or more different substances but having the same crystal structure. Iso means what? Same. Morphous means it's all about structure. So same structure shown by different elements. यहाँ पे polymorphous, so structures are different, so the substance has to be same. ऐसा याद रखो. Try to understand the meaning of the word. बाहर करने का नहीं. So the entire concept becomes very clear. The comparison also becomes very clear to you. यहाँ पर chemical composition is going to be the same. यहाँ पे the elements are same, but the structures are going to be different. So they are going to be existing in various structures. Okay, so silica का example दिया, given the example of calcium carbonate when I could talk about substances. When I talk about a single element, I given the example about carbon. Okay, so I guess you have understood up to this very clearly.